Bode plot in the unit number 7 frequency response method. In the last session we will study about the polar plot in the frequency response method. So first of all, the introduction. Whenever we discuss about the time domain analysis, we have applied the input like the impulse, unit, step, ramp, etc. are used at the input to the time domain system. Now, whenever we talk about the frequency domain analysis, the frequency response of a system is the response of the system for the sinusoidal input signal of the various frequency. Okay, so in the frequency response, we can apply the sinusoidal input like x of t is equal to x sin omega t. For the linear system, the output will become y of t is equal to beta x sin omega t plus phi, when the omega is the natural frequency and phi is the phase angle of the system. Okay, so what is the need of the Bode plot? So the extraction of the transfer function from the time domain is difficult using the differential equation. For that, we can using the frequency response. Transfer function can be easily obtained from this experimental data. Okay, so the system may be designed so that the effect of the noise are negligible. Okay, now we can analyze and design are extended to certain non-linear control system. The design of the controller can be easily done in the frequency domain method as compared to the time domain method. Okay, so there is a multiple advantages whenever we use a frequency domain method. So this is the some needs whenever we use the frequency domain method. So the first method is the polar plot and the second one is the Bode plot. Okay, now the Bode plots consist of two graphs. One plot is the logarithm of the mode of g of j omega and the other plot is the phase angle of the g of j omega. Okay, now both the plot with respect to the frequency in the logarithm scale. The transfer function in the frequency domain is also represented at g of j omega, that is equal to mode of g of j omega angle of e raised to phi j. Okay, so this is the transfer function in the frequency domain system. Okay, now whenever the logarithm magnitude of j omega is represented as 20 log 10 mode of j omega, where this unit is dB and dB is known as the decibel. So the logarithm plots are drawn in the semi-log paper and using the linear scale for the magnitude in the decibel and the phase angle in the degree with logarithm scale for the frequency in radian per second. Okay, so whenever we design a Bode plot, some important criteria is that the first one is the decade. Now what is the decade? The range of frequency where the ratio of two frequency equal to 10 is called the decade. Okay, now there are different types of specification regarding the Bode plot. The first one is the resonant frequency. It is known as the WR, and the frequency at which the system has maximum magnitude is known as the resonant frequency. At this, the slope of magnitude curve is always 0. Okay. Now, what is the resonant peak? MR. It is the maximum value of the magnitude. Okay. The third one is the cutoff frequency. The frequency at which the magnitude of j omega is near about 0.707 time less than its maximum value is known as the cutoff frequency of the system. Now what is the bandwidth? Generally the bandwidth is the difference between the frequency. So for the feedback control system, the range of the frequency over which the m is equal to or the greater than 0.707 mR is defined as the bandwidth WB maximum value of this magnitude. Okay, where the MR is equal to 1, we can get bandwidth that is equal to cutoff frequency. Okay, now what is the cutoff rate? The rate of the change of the slope of magnitude at the cutoff frequency. Clear? Now what is the gain margin? It is the most important part of this Bode plot. The amount of gain in decibels that can be added to the loop before the closed loop system becomes unstable. This is known as the gain margin of the system, and the grand crossover frequency at there, the point at which the magnitude crossover is 0 dB. It is known as the grain crossover. Now the next important specification is the phase margin. The amount of the phase shift in the degree that can be added the loop before the closed loop system become unstable. So what is the phase cover? The point at which the phase plot crosses is 180. So this is the phase margin of this system. Okay, now the purpose of the Bode plot is to draw the frequency response of this open loop transfer function. We have to find the closed loop system stability. We have to find the relative stability using the gain margin and the phase margin. Okay. So there are different purpose to drawing a Bode plot. Now the Bode plot consists of two parts. The first is the magnitude plot and the second is the phase plot, and generally we have drawn a Bode plot in the same log paper. In the same log paper we have to draw a magnitude plot and the phase plot with respect to the frequency. Okay, and the basic procedure whenever we draw a Bode plot is, first one is we can always replace the time domain into frequency domain. So we can replace S with the j omega and convert it into the frequency domain. Next, we have to write the magnitude and convert into dB, like the magnitude that is equal to 20 log g of j omega. Next, we have to find the phase angle. Then we have to vary the value of the angular frequency omega from starting from the minimum to maximum value, and draw the approximate magnitude and the phase plot, and using the magnitude and phase plot we have to find the grain crossover frequency, phase crossover frequency, gain margin and the phase margin. Okay, so this is the basic process to draw a Bode plot. Okay, now what is the value of angular frequency omega? So in the Bode plot, always we have to start the omega from 0.01 or 0.1, and we can increase the value of omega, like 0.01, the next value of the omega is 0.1, then 1, 10, 100, 1000, 10,000, and respect to the value of the omega we have to draw the magnitude plot and the phase angle in the same semi-log paper. Now whenever the magnitude plot is crossed to 0 dB, we have to draw a straight line, and this is known as our grain crossover frequency. Now whenever the phase angle will cross the minus 180 degree line, we have to draw a straight line, and this is known as the phase crossover frequency. So using the Bode plot we have to find out the value of the GM, PM, WGC and WPC. Now what is the application of the Bode plot? So generally we have to design a transfer function, and for the transfer function stability we have to use a root locus method or the Rouse stability criteria. This is the time domain specification. Now if the transfer function is converted into frequency frequency domain and someone will be asked to find out the stability of the system. So for that we have three methods used: the polar plot, the Nyquist plot, and the third one is the Bode plot. So using the Bode plot we have to find the stability of the system. If the system transfer function of the system is not stable, that time we have to use a lead compensator using the Bode plot or the lag compensator using the Bode plot, depending upon the requirement. And as you know, in the lead and lag compensator we have to add some poles and zero values for the particular system or the particular value, and after that our system will becomes more stable compared to the previous one. So this is some basic rule, basic process to draw a Bode plot. So the example of the Bode plots that we have discussed in the next session. Okay, clear? Thank you everyone. If anyone have doubt, then contact me in this email ID.